On this episode, I'm gonna try to powder coat something. So this is, So this is the Eastwood kit, PCS 250 dual voltage. And then I made this stand. It's got a little swivel thing on here so it'll spin around. And this is the side cover for my Ducati. This is my ground. And then I got a ground running from the bottom of this thing over to the side of the shop because the shop's grounded. So extra ground, because they said grounds are important. I haven't done this before. This is the first attempt. I'm not even on trying something small. I'm trying on the thing. I'm just gonna go for it. What could go wrong? I don't know. So watching the YouTube videos, the Eastwood powder got the best results, and this is a satin black, so not shiny, satin. And I got my little pressure regulator on there. I got it down to like 5 psi. I gave it one test spray already. It blows powder. Supposedly it's just gonna fall on the floor. It's not supposed to stick to anything. I'm doing this in the shop because I didn't want to go outside. I don't want any wind. Let me mask up and glove up and let's see. So there's high temperature tape over here. That's the green stuff. And then I got these plugs to plug the threaded sides of stuff I don't want powder to get into. And you know, that seems to be about right. I went ahead and taped off the bottom around the edge. This part has been sandblasted, and then I baked it to off gas it, and then I cleaned it with purple power stuff and water, baked it again, cleaned it again, and then cleaned it with wax and grease remover. So just like you're prepping for paint, only it's a powder. So let me turn this thing on. Oh, it's on, I guess. There's no light. We'll see. Can you push this thing and that activates the charge or something? I don't know. Nothing's happening. I don't have any power. What's going on? Okay, I think it's working. This thing doesn't light up. I think it's working. You think it will light up. You hold this button down to activate the thingamajig, and then you spray it like this. Whoa, not so close. Okay, it's definitely working, but there's a lot of dust. I don't like it. Hold on. I thought this was a good idea, but it's a little tall. Still going behind me. Of course. You know, open! Okay, so that's it. You guys, sorry. You see to pull all these plugs out first. I don't know about that. Let's get this off. Yeah, okay. thingamajig for carrying that. So the oven's on and took it off, and I don't want to touch my face yet. Okay, come on. Oh shit. First timer. Okay, got it. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I had first timer dumb stuff. This light doesn't come on, so just be aware of that. That's got to bake for 20 minutes. In theory, I could tape off the next one and get it ready. Let me think about that. It's working. It's something about not getting all the powder on your grate. What is that called? I don't know. Whatever that thing is. So that you don't ruin it for later when you need to use it as a grounding source. So for this one, I gotta tape off this because that's where the seal goes. I'll do that first. You have to buy this high temperature tape. Of course, Amazon. It's not very expensive. Got it. And then I want this big son bitch. Okay, let's go do it. I'm not scared anymore. The other one's right there cooling off. I like it. I'll show you when I'm done with this one. Okay, I switched you to a closer up view. Okay. I like it. Probably because it's still hot. That's my guess. So the little plugs keep it from going, and the tape keep it from going where you don't want it. Got good plug coverage there. If it's a pass-through, I left it open. There's enough space in there. But that's the look I'm going for. Satin black. Still pretty hot. Man, that looks good. So, right on the box it says you can't put it on too thick. But other people say you can. But that's what I want. And then I'm going to do this piece silver. Because I bought some silver. So whatever I said last night, because this is the next day, I apologize. I think you got to watch me do this one and that one, and maybe tape up one of the jugs, the cylinders. I don't remember. But as you can see, I was busy last night. These were the ones that I was pulling out of the parts after we put the powder on, before we baked them. So you just wipe them off and they're still good. They're silicone. This tape is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Okay? Once it bakes, it gets a little brittle. and it's gonna, some of it comes off in chunks and then some of it flakes. So, you know, maybe a better quality tape would be easier. I don't know. This is the, you know, Amazon special tape stuff. I mean, it still works, don't get me wrong. So my only malfunction was right here. Let me get the angle. Maybe that's the angle? I don't know. Right. Shit! It's backwards in the camera. That way. So I didn't get good coverage on this bottom part. Because when it was down like that, I couldn't really see. So I got good coverage. No, I didn't. Or here, or down there on the bottom. I may have been a little tired. This one did pretty good though. So they call these gaps Faradays. You can't really blow the powder in there as well as you want to sometimes. And you know, again, it's better than it was. So what I tried was, you move that tip diffuser out and get a closer pattern, and then you can take the tip off and then it blows straight. But when I was trying it blowing straight, it was blowing powder off at the same time. So I put the tip back on and then just kind of, you know, just shoved that thing around until it was good as it could get, I thought. It is possible to tape this off again and recoat it. You can put a second coat on there. But for me, I think this is going to be fine. I don't know about the fins anymore. I don't know if I'm going to stripe them. I kind of like it. Some things that I learned the hard way. So there's oil in here. And you have to pull this ring out, this seal out. And then even though I blew it out and cleaned it, soaked it and cleaned it, when I baked it to off gas it, oil came out and it came out of this hole, dripped onto here, dripped down. I was baking too, dripped onto here. So then I had to take it out again, cool it off, clean it, degrease it some more, scrub it with thinner and wax and grease remover, and then I rebaked it to off gas it some more, and so it worked out. They stuck. This one, not so many oil passages you got to worry about. Oil collects here and here, so make sure you clean that out really well. And then the clutch cover, I like it. Looks good. So I'm probably going to come back and highlight some of this stuff. Scrape the powder coating off. Oh, I had one defect. And it's not bad, but you know, it's still a defect. If you look right there, see that little silver spot? So when I was trimming this tape off, a little sliver of tape fell right there. And then I powder coated it over it because I didn't see it. And then when I pulled it off, there was a little mark. But that's okay. I'll probably come back and just buzz this silver, and then that won't matter anymore. This made in Italy is going to be a little hard, but we'll try it. I got a little bit on the inside, but this will clean off easy. On your edges, there's a little bit of buildup from when it was laying down, so you're probably going to need to come back and scrape some of this off because they're kind of jagged and a little sharp. But I mean, once you put it on the bike, it won't really matter. But you can see it right there, a little lumpy bump right here. But it's just like anything else you do, there's always cleanup and fixing afterwards. And then I like the satin finish. I debated between shiny and satin. Shiny, I got a little bit of a theme going on with this satin finish. I think this will contrast more with the shininess of the fairings and then those BST wheels. There's going to be a big difference. I think it's going to look good. So I'm going to do this piece silver. I'm going to do my little basket ring silver, and then on the jugs, the little oil bunghole holder thingamajigger, I'm gonna do that silver. And it's a shiny silver, so it'll pop a little bit. Should pop a lot. I think the before and after is pretty dramatic. I mean, you know. I did some sanding, some buffing on the, while it was on the bike when I first got it, to try to clean it up and not to make it look so stupid. But you know, there's color variations in the aluminum, so running it raw like that would be a pain in the ass. Running it raw would be difficult because of all of the imperfections in the castings. So I think the powder coat's good. I want to say it's easier than painting. Honest. 20 minutes in the oven and it's done. And it looks, I think it has a really good look to it. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. I think next up is to highlight the parts I want shiny, like this. I think I'm gonna leave this black this time. This was messed up from before. And then I got to put my seals in and my sight glasses. And then I think we can fit the cylinders back on the bike, put the heads on. Oh wait. And then we can install the pistons, put the cylinders back on, put the heads on, get everything torqued down, check for our squish. We want at least 1 millimeter of clearance between the, we want 1 millimeter of clearance between the piston and the head. So we're gonna have to measure for that. If it's too much, we can put the shim on the bottom. If it's fine, then we'll pull it off. I know y'all like 3-bond, but I'm using Yama Bond, and put everything back together. And then we can put our cam pulleys on and set the timing on the cams to make sure that they're correct, because you know they're adjustable. I like these pistons, they're so pretty and they're so light. 338 grams. Oh, you have to gap your rings. They were really tight, and the gap is 4 thousandths of an inch per inch of bore. So this is like a 3.75, so I went with a 15,000 gap on the rings, and we'll go over that when we're installing them. So there's 3 different sets. You can't really get them mixed up because they're different sizes, but we'll do that when we install pistons. As far as I know, I'm not waiting on any parts. I have everything I need, and I really need to get this done because I'm running. I don't have any more space. I'm gonna pan you around. Oh, you know what I need? I need these things, because these are hideous and they're too thick for the new pulleys. There's a Facebook, there's a guy on the Ducati site that makes them out of carbon fiber. We've been communicating. I think he's making them for me. I need to check on that because I'm going to need them before I put the pulleys on. But I'm probably going to run open belts just to make it look cool. I might put a little cage on it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so sorry. This is the Ducati stuff over here on this side, mixed with truck stuff over there and other stuff over there. And I need my space back. I got Ducati stuff over here. This is the grill, I got Ducati stuff over here. This is the beginning of the 41 truck that I should be working on right now instead of talking to y'all. And then I got all sorts of Ducati, Fiat, and truck parts stashed all over here in the back. But I'm getting closer to getting this back together. I really need to go for a ride to clear my head. I could take the Honda out, but the carbs are clogged up and dirty. I gotta pull them off and clean them again. And then the ZRX, you know, it's not mine, it's my buddy's. Even though he said I could ride it, you're not gonna see me doing that. Once this video gets edited and put up, then I'll probably be better able to figure out what I need to put in the next video when we do the small parts. So then these are the parts that I'm gonna make silver. So I think that'll look pretty cool. schmutz on here. That's rust. I thought this was stainless, but it's not. And then I'm trying not to go overboard, but I see a future where all of this gets done satin, and I see a future where I pull everything off and all of this gets done silver. And if I'm not careful, I'm gonna get all wrapped up in doing that before I get this all put back together. But I think I can just get this part all reassembled and running, and then I can take those parts off individually and do them in between things. It's not that hard. Some sandblasting, some coating, some baking. We'll see. We'll see. You'll see. Because then I got to pull off the foot pegs and do all that. And then I got to pull off, I don't know. Yeah, I would have to do all of that. And I might. So I think this is where I'm going to cut y'all off for now. I hope you learned something. I did. This was my first time. This was my first attempt at powder coating. If you prep the part just like you're going to paint it and get all the grease off and everything else, and you know, deburr it and get all the stuff off you don't want on there before you start putting the powder on, I think it has a really good look. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day. So that's all for today's episode on the Ducati modifications. Thanks for watching. If you like anything you see, hit the like button. It's over here. And if you want to keep getting notifications and getting told that there's a new video, hit the subscribe button. It's over here. I appreciate it. Thanks. Y'all take care. Oh, let me check my hair. No, not too bad.